Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar. Your host today is founder and president of Top Mexico Real Estate, Thomas Lloyd. Thomas Lloyd is a graduate of Purdue University Craner School of Management. He's been working professionally in Mexico since 1995, and in 2011, he was the first person ever to obtain a national regulated real estate degree in Mexico. Thomas founded Top Mexico Real Estate to ensure Americans and Canadians have the best experience when purchasing and investing in real estate in Mexico. Welcome to this webinar, and let's get started.
Hello, welcome back to Top Mexico Real Estate. This is another webinar in our series of webinars. I'm Thomas Lloyd, and I appreciate you guys clicking on to join us this afternoon. And we're talking today, an exciting subject. It's vacation rental properties here in Mexico. And specifically, this is a boutique hotel investment real estate opportunities. So joining us today is Fatty and Carlos. These guys are visionaries. These guys are developers who always seem to be ahead of the curveball. And so I'm excited to be sitting down, and this is a great opportunity for you guys to listen in, to learn about investing in Mexico, and specifically in Campeche. So what we're going to be talking about today is basically the new trendy zone called Campeche. Second, we're also going to be talking about the tourism, how the tourism is increasing in this little hidden pocket of the Yucatan Peninsula. And we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of investing into a condo hotel. So let's jump in. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thomas.
Thank you for inviting us to do
You're
webinar.
welcome. This is a great opportunity for us
Thanks.
to learn what's going on here. And let's dive into this. And my first question that I have is, you guys had opportunities to reinvest from Quintana Roo and to go any part of Mexico. What brought you to Campeche? Is it something to do with the affordability of the real estate, or what is it that brought you guys to Campeche?
Well, for me, this is a hidden paradise of Mexico.
Yeah.
So Campeche is, I think, the most beautiful city of Mexico because it's surrounded by the wall. It has a lot of history, culture, and is small to walk. It's very safe. It's 1 hour and a half from Mérida, Yucatan, and it's a paradise. So I think it's the best opportunity to buy something in Mexico that has this flavor of the Mexican culture, plus colonial sites, historical monuments. So it's something that is very rare to find in Mexico.
For me, when we came to Campeche, we discovered this beautiful place which has not been bombed by the development, no?
Yes.
So it's one of the unique places in Mexico that has kept its structure, no? You cannot see an economic development destroying the structure of the city. So regardless of affordability, whatever, I think it is a unique place that has no comparison in all the country. And maybe it's because it's a hidden place and not developed, the reason that has kept its uniqueness, no, compared to other places.
Exactly. I see a lot with the comparison with Mérida,
Yes.
even San Miguel de Allende.
Exactly.
I think it's better because it's smaller, it's safer, and well, it's cheaper now. I don't know for how long, but also is unique because it's the UNESCO gives to Campeche this special. It's an historical monument city.
Yes, yes. And that's super exciting too, because it's not just a building This is entire
The whole
neighborhoods.
town,
The
exactly.
entire town, yes.
And it's a town that you still has a lot to discover because half of Campeche, it's not only the city, it's also the sea, the mangrove, the fishing, fly fishing. There's a lot of things going on here, which a lot of people
Okay,
do not
we're gonna
know.
change the
Also,
subject just a little bit.
places like Etzna, which is one of the most beautiful places, talking about pre-Hispanic ruins. So I've met people coming from all over the world, and there's people that go to, for example, Merida, and they get afraid of the traffic, no? Even though they are not in Mexico City, but also Merida has this thing, no? So there's a lot of people enjoying this quietness of the place.
And also, for example, the official recognition that Campeche is a very important site for the humanity from the UNESCO. Merida is not.
Yeah.
So this is very, very important. I think it's the last opportunity if somebody wants to buy a historical monument from the last 2-3 centuries, is now possible in Campeche. No?
That would sound nice on a portfolio to say I own property or a piece of a UNESCO protected
Exactly.
site. That's a unique
Opportunity.
Yes.
You don't have that kind of opportunity in other places, no?
Yes. How do you guys see you've been here several years, how have you seen the infrastructure evolving?
Well, I think that first you have an international airport, and also you have a freeway that you can go be in Merida in 1 hour and a half. And it's Merida, they have an international, very big airport. We have now the Maya train. So it's evolving in a very fast way.
And I see that they're building a light train, a transit.
That's to link the train station to the city. So you get to Campeche, to the train station, the Mayan train. And then from there is this light, it's the train that brings you to the city, no? So that will improve a lot the flowing of people. In this period, in the last 6 months, we have been having visitors here to the hotel that just came to use the train. Yes. They fly to Merida, they come to Campeche in the train, they go back and back to Mexico City, and also foreigners, no? Yeah. Only to try the train.
Yes.
So I think it's a very strong attraction nowadays. And then connecting to other places like Palenque or whatever, no? So it will be a strong detonador, how do you say it?
Yeah,
trigger.
Yes.
A strong trigger. Excuse
is.
my English.
So what you're saying, you're already seeing the impact.
Yes.
Because this is a $28 billion investment that the government made here in the zone.
In Campeche, yes.
But I think that is the beginning of the process.
Yes.
But on the other hand, it's very safe, it's very quiet. So you have everything here now.
Yes. And you have a boardwalk. Campeche, if you don't know, Campeche sits right on the Gulf of Mexico, so that's unique in itself.
But also unique in its position towards the Gulf of Mexico because it's on overlooking the east part. So you have the wonderful sunsets, which you don't have in the other part of the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah. So it's unique for its sunsets, no?
Yes. So how do you guys feel the vibe, the tourism market here compared to other parts, say Cancun, say Playa del Carmen? How is the vibe of the tourism here?
Well, from my point of view, is rather different. For example, Playa del Carmen now, we developed in Playa del Carmen for the last 20 years.
Yes.
And it's a place for fun, for party. So most of the tourists are people in their 20s that they want just to get mad, get crazy, sit and have a big party, and that's it. Here is rather different because you have a lot of culture, you have very good cuisine, you have historical sites, so it's a more European
That's a good description. I see a lot of Europeans walking the streets.
Yes.
And
We don't have here like the vibe of the spring breakers coming to Cancun. We don't have also this party people going to Playa, to Tulum, because it's not a party town. It's not a place in which you go to party or to spring break, no?
Yes.
Which is very nice, because I have a lot of people that during the past 20 years we sold properties to them, and they are selling and trying to acquire in other places. So I think it's a different stage in life in which you acquire in Campeche, much quieter and a different quality of life.
Is more similar to an Italian town or something like that. Campeche is, if you are looking for culture, historical places, good food, and other type of amenities, you know.
Yes.
And the tourists are people that are from the 40s to 90s. No? It's not very young people.
yes. And I've been, this whole week, I've been visiting all types of cultural events going on. Just went to an
Concerts.
concerts,
Yes.
the orchestra. Tomorrow there's another orchestra in a beautiful downtown theater. I think it was from
Amazing,
the
yes.
1850s, more or
Yes,
less.
this is a city that is, I think in front of our building, there is a small church that was one of the first churches of the whole continent. So this place, they have a lot of history. It's not new. So you feel it.
Okay, we're going to change the subject just a little bit. We're going to talk now a little bit about your journey, because you guys came in and there was zero. You had to find a location. You had to fix up this property, and then you had to establish a tourist rental market. So can you share a little bit of some of the key challenges you guys faced?
Well, yes. I think like 7 years ago, we decided to move to Campeche, to buy a small house in Campeche that is a waterfront, a historical building, but very unique. So when we were restoring that building, we were surrounding and knowing in a more detailed way the city of Campeche. And then we found that the most beautiful park of Campeche was the Guadalupe Park, that is in front of a church, and it's surrounding a small plaza that is unique because it's surrounded by only historical buildings, monuments. And then Fadi told me, you know something, that is the most interesting property of the whole Campeche. And we were able to buy it.
The thing is that if you see all the structures of the houses here and the official buildings in Campeche, this property has a unique situation. It has a corner. In the corner there is a garden, which none of the buildings here in Campeche has.
Yeah, most of them are.
They are like blocked houses, and
Yes.
then you have the patio in the inside. So this was a very unique way of solving this house. So that allowed us to have access to this beautiful garden and the jacuzzi area, which allowed us to develop this building and restore this magnificent building, which already has had a remodelation in the Art Deco style. So it was something really unique here in Campeche. So it was really a challenge to get to buy the property. After coming from Quintana Roo and developing in Playa del Carmen, you see that there is a lot of differences in the way you do things here. So you have to be patient. We always struggle with the property, the titles and everything. We try to acquire everything by the book.
Right.
So it was a long journey, and we managed to do it, to develop the condominium regime and to do the construction regardless of having the COVID on the middle of the process, no?
Okay.
So we learned a lot about restoring historical buildings, the processes, And it was a really nice project to bring back to life an old building which was on the 18th century palace, no?
That
But-
sounds fun.
But I
actually.
think
Yes, exactly.
But I think something that I think that is very, very important just to, well, to realize is that in the process of restoring an historical building, you have to talk with the formal organizations of Mexico, that is the National Institute of Historical
Buildings.
Buildings.
Ina, Ina.
INA,
Elena,
the INA.
Ina, yeah.
And they have to give you a license in order to rebuild, to restore this. And you have to talk with all the historians and the people that are just taking care of this, of the whole city. So it's very, very important to keep the flavor and just to bring back all the buildings to the best stage. You know?
That, for me, that's fantastic.
And so you
Because-
have to spend like 1 year or 2 years just presenting the project, discussing the project, and they told you that you have to build with some very, very specific materials, wood, floor. So it's very, very expensive because you have to build as they built the houses 200 years ago, something like that. You know? So, but at the end, you finish with a palace.
Yes, yes. And it also brings up the property value when you have all the neighbors following this harmony. It's not tutti frutti homes, all
Exactly.
kinds. Now you have a beautiful
And you have
neighborhood.
to
You
have-
set a standard. That's
Yes.
very
Yes.
important.
And you
because-
have to think that you affect the real estate economy. As long as you start doing something, you start moving something, it starts moving, no? So people start having different ideas. So even though it was a small exercise, I'm sure at a time, it brought up ideas for a lot of people here in Campeche.
Yeah.
And also with the changes of time and all the things that is going on, I think it was a good timing that we were able to develop this place.
Yes.
But something important is that you set a standard. So the buildings that are surrounding the areas needs to achieve this standard that you put here. So all the neighborhood will be better and better and better because it becomes a historical site.
Yes.
So it's very important. And we decided that because we decided, well, let's develop a boutique hotel. Because our aim was that the people that come to Campeche, they can feel how it's living in Campeche in a historical building. You know, the heights, the materials, the plaza. So everything is just getting into the 19th century with a design modern touch. So you will see this.
I spent hours and days and weeks just walking up and down the streets here. It is incredible because you see all these old homes being restored.
Yes.
And it's
And
amazing.
a lot of things going on the neighborhood.
Yes.
And we decided to go all the way. We regardless of affordability in Campeche, because that's really not a big deal. We said, okay, this is Campeche. Let's go all the way. Let's do the finest. Let's invest in the high quality in furniture, in finishings. Not because it was an old building, you were not going to go all the way. So we decided to overdo it, no? So we set the standard very high, and I think that's good, no? Because you always try to go to a different level, and it shows, and the people appreciate that.
But something important is that in the discussion of this development of the project, we decided that it's going to be a boutique hotel on the one hand, but on the other hand, will be conformed by 6 different apartments that will be independent, that are like a loft, you know, an apartment that is fully furnished with a bedroom, a kitchen, a living room, a dining room. So you have all the facilities, because we were thinking that the people that comes from Europe, they want to spend 1 week in Campeche, and they want to have also all the amenities in order to have a better quality of life.
Yes.
So because of that, we were able to develop 6 apartments, and now that it's evolving the project, we are able to sell these independent 6 apartments.
Fantastic. And you have so many options of cafes and little restaurants all around here. So
Yes.
everything's walkable. And then the beautiful downtown walled city, that's only a block away, 2 blocks
Exactly.
away. So,
Yeah. One of the finest restaurants is over here. Also different bakeries and things going on around here.
Now, what do you guys, your opinion, what is the advantages of a turnkey operation?
Well, first, what you see is what you get. There is not surprises. And you can find, you're able to just get rid of 4 or 5 years of designing and discussing with the authorities. And so at the end, you have a final product that it's amazing and it's historical, and you have all the approval and have all the papers, and it's legal. So
I think time is a key word for what's the advantage of this thing. Apart from what you see is what you get and it's the finest quality. If you think about developing this, it will take you at least 2 years to get to what you are. So now you can start developing ideas over this and start gaining things because you're saving at least 2 years in permits and construction and trying to know your way around the place and everything. So
Very good points.
plus, for example, we hired the best interior design of the whole Mexico to develop this.
That's
So,
big.
so
That's obvious.
also you are buying something that it's the outcome of a very, very interesting process, not only historical and not only in the rebuilding or restoring of an antique monument, also to provide a plus with the best quality of the interior design.
also something else is that we have been working for 2 years with the hotel and it's been proving to become one of the best in town. We have the best reviews, and so it's not something new that you have to wait to see what happens. No.
Yeah.
Today, Lupitas has been known for being one of the best places in Campeche.
Well, that's very interesting because this is like, for you viewers, if this is the first time you're buying in Mexico or first time that you're dreaming to operate a boutique hotel or a vacation rental, what better first step than to join experts who have been doing this 25 plus years. So that's a huge plus in my books. That's a huge plus. So talking about the vacation rentals and renting, do you have 2 tips for managing a vacation rental?
Yeah.
Well, yes. The thing is that also in the properties, I think that you have to be careful in, let's say, 3 major areas. One area is the area of buying. We are buying a property, so you need to have all the papers in a legal way, and you have to buy an organized condominium regime with regulation, with penalties, with everything that if you are buying something, it's going to be safe. So you are buying a property that also includes a common area, a swimming pool, an area for living, for somebody to live and be here keeping. And you have an organized system of just dealing with a condominium. We, as developers, we know that the first year we have to organize everything, and we have to organize a committee, so the owners will be just managing the committee of surveillance of this condominium regime. So on the first step, your building is safe and you can live here. You can have somebody that take care in a proper way from here, or you can rent it. The second area is the area of property management. Maybe you are from abroad and you want to come to buy something here, but you want that your unit keep in the best way and not very expensive. So there is a scheme in which you can, on a voluntary basis, you can ask for property management, in which a professional staff can be in charge of keeping your unit in perfect conditions, giving all the preventive maintenance, and also paying all the bills, cleaning, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be worried. You will have monthly statements to your email in which you will say, well, this is your building, you have to pay the taxes, you have to pay the electricity, water, blah, blah, blah. Somebody can take care of your building. And the third area is that if you want also to rent your house, you can have some staff that can provide you in an office within the building for vacational rental. So if you want to use Airbnb to have your building in an Airbnb, or you want to have vacational rental in a local way or whatever, somebody can take care of that. So you buy something and you will not have any problem. Because we have been doing this in Playa del Carmen for the last 20 years. So we know that you don't want to buy problems. You want to buy solutions. So that's also something that we can develop.
I hear there's like a soft opening. Like,
Exactly.
wait, you guys come down here again. I
For a
repeat,
soft opening.
You're jumping in with partners who had a ton of experience. They know all these hidden challenges that occur, and they know the solution to that. So, again, I think that's my number one
Plus.
big plus to
Exactly.
join in this. And plus, another one is
Plus exclusivity.
exclusivity.
Because you have
There's
only
only
six units,
Yes.
and you don't have stairs. That is very, very important for the retired people or the disabled people. So it's secure, it's exclusive, and it's the best quality in the best place to buy a historical monument. So it's a lot of features that.
Now I'm going to repeat a little bit or ask a couple of questions. Okay, so this is one boutique hotel, but you have title for each condo unit.
Yes,
correct?
yes. It was one of the first condominium regimes to have been developed here in a place like Guadalupe. After the experience in Playa, we knew our way. It took us 2 years to finally get the process done, and it was one of the first to be done here in Campeche in a smaller scale basis. No, so every unit has its own deed. As any other regular condominium, with the
Fantastic.
condominium regime and everything.
And then you have common areas.
Exactly.
Common areas like
Common areas will be like the gardens and the fountain in which you access. You have the jacuzzi, the pool, which is heated, and also the machine room, for example, because we have the water softened, we have the water pressure. All this becomes a common area. There is a place for the take care people that lives here. It's a small apartment with the kitchen and a bathroom. And also we have a small office for the manager of the building if it happens. So all of those things are the common areas, which are included as common areas. And then you have your own property, 6 units with your private area. And you have your percentages as condominium, no?
Also, something important if you buy something that is just finished and fully furnished is that we designed since the very beginning that you have, for example, all the appliances in the kitchen. You have laundry, you have a washing machine, you have washer and dryer, you have all the amenities that you want.
Yeah.
Because in Mexico, culturally, is very different than the things that the people ask from the States or from
Canada.
Europe.
Yes.
So we know what are the type of things that you want, and you can have it. You will not have any. If you come, you see, and we will answer all your questions and and we have a lot of experience, so we can provide anything yet that you
There are small things in the process in which you start developing, and at a time I regretted having the washer and dryer within, no? But anyway, the first clients that came here started using the washer and dryer, and they asked for a hanger because it was wonderful. Nowadays, the washer and dryer is the most used item in the units because it's so nice. You're on a trip and you can launder your
Yeah.
your
or
clothes.
a dishwasher.
Something
That's
that
very,
you
very
never
important.
expected to have an impact on people.
Or
No?
something very, very basic like a softener, water softener. Here the water is very hard, so you need a water softener. So all the details that we are professional real estate developers, we know that we have to provide in a historical monument all these things. So
These
on the
are
one hand, you are
very interesting subjects. I'm sorry to interrupt you because we lived, I mean, all of us lived through this learning curve back in Playa del Carmen,
Exactly.
Tulum, because we focus so much on helping Americans, Canadians.
Exactly.
And these have always been those issues that no dishwasher. And
Exactly.
we take it for granted back home, but down here, now you guys, this is a turnkey operation.
And also in Campeche, which is totally different from Quintana Roo and Tulum and Playa.
Yes.
You're talking about over there, it's a new place, it's the brand new. Here you're talking about tradition, people with families used to live in a different way of life. So this is the first time we are trying to deal with a new market, no? A new market of people by themselves like in the 50s, 60s. Without families, more free, more independent. No, so it's architecture and design and utilities has to come accordingly to this kind of people. No, the new people coming.
and also we trust in globalization. So we know that all the needs of the Americans or the Canadians or the European people, we have to solve it.
Yeah.
And we are happy to create a new global community that we share a lot of things and we can be living in a very nice way. And sometimes also you have to combine your property. 6 months you will leave it and 6 months you will rent it. And your property needs to be beautiful, safe, clean, and in the best conditions always. So if you come here for your 6 months, it will be a paradise, and in the 6 months that you are renting your property, it's going to be safe and you are going to receive money in a legal way.
That's very, very well put. Everything there, you're combining the best of both worlds. I mean, like I even see it physically, you have such a beautiful house, an old colonial house, but you come in and you see modern appliances in here, and yet all these details, like the floor, I love the floors, love the tiles, love the arch here. It's an exciting property.
Yes, we try to manage, for example, work with wood, natural materials, design lamps, design furniture, also work done by Mexican carpenters and the waving of the bejuco, which is nice. Also the ventilators, you see that we have an equen all around it. So we try to work with the traditional materials and bring back the floors, which has been made here in the area for a lot of time, no?
Yes,
So it's bringing up the traditions.
Explain to me what you talked about, the wrapping. These are
The-
little details.
Yes, that the fans they had like an aluminum finish, but it was like a strong contrast with the house. So we decided to use the Henneken, which was one of the first things, one of the things that brought the economy to a certain point in the peninsula of Yucatan. The Henneken was what made them a lot of money. Then with the plastic discovery, it went out of use.
Okay.
So Henneken is a very traditional thing so we went to the market and found this the thread of Henneken,
Nice.
in which we started folding to change the image of the aluminum and bring it back to a more earthy way feeling of the
Beautiful
design.
But the thing is that, for example, the people from abroad, they live in Canada or the States or Europe in a very, very specific level, high level. And if you come here, we want that they could maintain this level of quality of life, quality of design. So you are combining, furniture from the Nordic countries,
Yeah.
plus this Mexican thing. So the combination.
When we were renewing the old doors that go into the facade, the carpenter brought me brand new locks.
Okay.
And they just looked like out of place, no? So we had to go to an antique seller of antiques to find the original pieces from 200 years ago. Okay, and we brought them, we cleaned them, and we installed them, because when we installed the new ones, they look like totally out of place, no?
Yes,
so we even went and brought back those kind of things, no? It was very interesting. Maybe they don't work as well as the new ones, but
you make it sound fun, actually.
Yes,
all those going and searching antique.
Exactly, because you discover a lot of different kind of people, no?
Yes.
And it's amazing in the world that you discover during this process of construction, no?
Okay, guys, so we're gonna jump into some of the questions. Some of you viewers out there have shared your questions. Hopefully the same excitement I have on this property. First question says, can owners use their units as they wish, including lending them to a family or friends, or customizing the interior design?
Yes, of course you can do that in your private property, which is within the apartment. But in the common areas, you cannot do any works. And common areas include facade to the exterior and all the garden, and within your apartment inside you can renew it as much as you can, and you can use it the way you wish.
Yeah, much easier.
And also I think that we will provide support. For example, if you want to bring your family and you are not here, the administrator of the building can receive them and can give you a notice and can give you all the information that you need, that somebody is living in your apartment. So there is this support.
That's a huge plus too, because imagine that you have clients or your very, very close friend, and you need to send him down, or you don't need to, but you want to send him down here. Man, they would be in fantastic hands with the
property
concierge.
Mm-hmm.
She is top of the line. I mean, fishing, and she's sending me like 3 different options of fishing.
Exactly.
She can give you the support, for example, if you want a driver, or if they have a problem, for example, a health problem. Sometimes you have to go with these people to the hospital or an emergency, or there is a problem. So you think that you are not isolated. You will have always a professional staff that is your staff, that you know, that you trust, that so you are free not only to do whatever you want. Somebody's going to take care of your decisions.
Not only for emergencies, also if you want to have fun or go to dine in a fine restaurant, we can also assist you on the fun things.
Yeah, that's what I said, top of the line concierge.
Thanks.
You guys are going to make it too easy for these buyers.
Hopefully.
Can an owner live in their unit full time?
Of course.
Yes. It's your unit.
It's your unit.
And
if you live full time, you can say we want the support, or we don't want anything. It's my property. I don't want cleaning. I want to have full care of my property. And
the only commitment will be to pay your homeowners association quota every month, and that's it.
And to have your the insurance of your building, because you have to insure for liability reasons. So that's very, very
every
important.
unit.
So since the very beginning, all the commitments that you have is to buy an insurance of your property in order to protect your property and protect your neighbors.
Now, this is the experience that you won't find in too many other places.
Exactly.
Okay. Now that brings, it's kind of right, the same that you just answered. Are there any restrictions or additional costs I should be aware of when investing in a property at Lupitas? Carlos just mentioned the insurance. That's a little thing.
That will go in the homeowners association quota, in which we specify everything that is on the quota. Your maintenance fee will be for the guy that takes care of the building, the administration, the salt for the softener, the cleaning of the jacuzzi swimming pool, the gardening, all the things that you have to maintain in the common areas.
Yeah.
Within your unit, you take care of your unit.
So you will have only three things that are very important. First, to pay your HOA. That's important. Secondly, to have an insurance of your buildings, especially for liability if you want to protect your neighbor. And third, to become a member of the committee of surveillance of the building.
Okay.
So you will be in the committee with an annual meeting to say, well, this is going to be the budget. These are going to be the regulations we want or we don't want the administration. So you have to become an active member of this small society.
There'll be 6
With the Great Plus, which is
six.
only 6 units, so it's very easy because think about Playa, the 100-unit places where you have to
So
deal
it's,
with.
it's very
Very
exclusive.
exclusive. No?
So you have to be
There is
careful.
something very important during talking about that you have to pay your insurance quota for your building. Within the maintenance fee, there is an insurance for the common area. So this insurance for common area plus your insurance for your liabilities make it work better for if you have something that happens. So that is included in the maintenance fee. So basically two expenses, your home fees and the insurance of your apartment, plus your light and whatever internal things you spend.
Yeah, electricity and
Yeah.
water but those now one of them that popped up here in my head is the property taxes. How do you see property taxes here in Campeche?
Very low.
Very low.
Yeah.
So, but the good thing is that, for example, if you decided to have the support of property management, somebody can be in charge of buying your taxes, electricity, water, and everything. And you will have a monthly statement by
Nice.
email. We can design like a kitty fund in order to put your money and to pay all the expenses. And
Nice.
you
Yeah,
have this.
but in the Mayan Peninsula, in the Yucatan Peninsula, I think Campeche has one of the lowest costs regarding tax property and water and all this municipality garbage, whatever. No,
It's
So
amazing.
it's a really
nearly
low.
nothing.
Really low. When you think about what you pay in
Compare to
Cancun or Playa or Tulum, no?
Or the States.
Oh yeah, huge when you compare to the States. That's a whole different subject, the cost of living, but huge difference. What are the shared amenity or spaces? That question, I think we already covered that. Are the units sold furnished or is furnishing left up to the buyer?
You
Fully
buy
furnished.
it fully furnished as you see it.
Yeah.
Even with plates and with everything. So
Totally
it's
furnished.
It's fully furnished, and you will come. You can have you can go in deep, and you can see the quality of the things that we are providing.
Guys, that's all the questions we have right now, but I do invite all of you guys, if you have more questions, reach out, give us a call. I'm going to take the time right now to thank all of you guys for joining us today. Very exciting subject. Campeche is an exciting real estate market. It's up and coming. It's trending. And these guys, this business model is very unique and very excited about it because you guys will be basically partnering up with experience. I mean, tons of experience here. So what a best way to walk into this first real estate investment in Mexico, or even if it's your second, maybe you're over in Quintana Roo or Yucatan, you want to expand, increase your portfolio to Campeche. This is a fantastic first
I want
step.
to just also finish talking about your investment. Here, this is very important. Like for example, if you buy in Playa del Carmen or Tulum, the market is very big, but it's full. So if you want to resell, it will take time. Here, you're in the beginning of the process of a very unique opportunity on a new area. So this is one of the biggest advantages. Maybe this building in a couple of years will be very, very expensive.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah. I mean, all you have to do is just do your research of Merida downtown, Even
Exactly.
Valladolid. Look at what's
Valladolid.
happening in the last
Yeah.
5 years. And then
Exactly.
look at they're in
The time
ground
to
floor.
come.
These guys. You guys are visionaries here.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Now, I think it's your time. It's your time to take that next step. And that next step is you got to come down here. You got to touch it. You got to feel it. You have to learn it for yourselves. And I always say, what a fantastic way to do investment, real estate, to research, and to do a vacation. You combine all of this. And what a town to discover, Campeche.
You will love it.
Yes, you will love it. You have the fishing, you have visiting the old Mayan
Yeah.
ruins like Edzna, the train, brand new, lovely experience in itself.
Exactly.
Yes.
For Thomas, we are giving for him a fly and buy experience. So if you want to come here in the nearly future, you can be able to spend 1 or 2 nights here at the building to really assess everything that we are doing. And if you decided to buy, we will not charge you that.
He's going to give you a credit on some expenses. Call me, write to me, and I'll give you the details. But this is exciting what these guys are offering to us. Carlos and Fatty are saying, you come down here, many of the expenses that you have can be, if you decide to buy, it'll be applied towards credit, towards the purchase of a unit here.
Exactly.
So
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thomas.
Thank you so much.
thanks to you guys. It's
Thank you very much.
very,
Welcome
very
to Campeche if you decide to come.
educational. Yes.
Thank you.
And educational. Thanks.
Thank you.
And thanks to all of you for taking the time to be with us this afternoon. And again, call me, write to me, give me a WhatsApp. And this is Top Mexico Real Estate. We make it happen. Hasta luego, amigos.